MoKoN has endured a sustained and deeply troubling pattern of harassment tied to Triple T that goes far beyond online insults or typical internet drama. One of the most serious aspects involved real-world intimidation. Triple T showed up at MoKoN's home on 2 separate occasions, one of those times while armed. This crossed a clear line from online hostility into physical threat, creating legitimate fear for personal safety. In addition to this, Triple T repeatedly doxed MoKoN by publicly sharing his home address online and also exposed the address of MoKoN's mother, placing both of them at risk. The harassment escalated through repeated invasions of privacy. Triple T publicly called MoKoN's phone number during live streams, allowing viewers to hear the full number when the voicemail message played. He did the same thing with MoKoN's mother's phone number on multiple occasions. These actions were not accidental. They were deliberate attempts to invite harassment from others and overwhelm MoKoN and his family. Beyond that, Triple T interfered with MoKoN's livelihood by harassing places of employment and playing a role in MoKoN losing jobs, further compounding the damage caused by the ongoing attacks. There were also profoundly disturbing acts of cruelty. Triple T played a role in the creation and spread of altered images depicting a close friend of MoKoN who had passed away, manipulated to make the person appear decomposed or rotten. This was not only disrespectful to the deceased, but emotionally devastating to MoKoN. On another occasion, Triple T publicly bragged on Menace's livestream about falsely reporting MoKon's song Angel on Spotify. As a result of these bad faith reports, the song was removed under claims of fraudulent streaming, despite the streams being genuine. This occurred while the song was gaining traction, and the removal appeared motivated by resentment over its growing success. Perhaps most damaging has been the long-term slander campaign. Triple T has repeatedly spread false accusations, claiming MoKoN is a woman and child abuser, a sexual predator, that he choked an underage female, and that he's on the sex offender registry. None of these claims are true, and MoKoN has disproven them repeatedly. Despite this, Triple T has never apologized or corrected the record, instead allowing these lies to circulate unchecked within his community. On top of that, Triple T has made vile and degrading remarks about MoKoN's mentally handicapped sister over the years, and has even been involved in editing images of her in disgraceful ways. All of this represents only a portion of the harassment MoKoN has endured, illustrating a prolonged pattern of intimidation, defamation, and cruelty, rather than isolated incidents.
According to MoKoN, Triple T did not act alone in his harassment, but actively encouraged members of his community to participate in a coordinated and targeted campaign against him. Triple T routinely used his platform to amplify hostility, normalize attacks, and embolden others to take part. Among the most active participants were Daniel Armstrong and HBR at the Crossroads, both of whom operated not only as supporters but as enforcers within Triple T's live streams and online spaces. Their actions went beyond passive agreement and entered the realm of deliberate suppression, intimidation, and coordination against MoKoN.
MoKoN states that Daniel Armstrong and HBR were previously affiliated with a community formed in 2021 known as JMP, short for Jekyll Music Productions. JMP was created and led by Jekyll, Randy Lotion, who has publicly identified himself as a registered sex offender. When MoKoN discovered and publicly raised concerns about Jekyll's background, particularly during Triple T's live streams, Daniel Armstrong and HBR, who were moderators for Triple T at the time, repeatedly muted, blocked, and silenced MoKoN to prevent that information from reaching the broader audience. MoKoN maintains that this suppression continued for approximately 3 to 4 months before the information became widely known, after which Daniel Armstrong and HBR appeared increasingly hostile and retaliatory toward him.
During this same period, Jacksonville Joe, also associated with JMP, alongside Jekyll, released a diss track aimed at MoKoN, which they believed would damage or end his career. MoKoN responded with multiple tracks of his own, effectively neutralizing the attempt and further escalating tensions. From that point forward, MoKoN reports that the harassment intensified and expanded. Triple T and his wife Lori, Daniel Armstrong and his partner Amy, HBR, Vinny MFV, Jacksonville Joe, MMC, Victoria, and Meg013 were among the primary individuals involved in the early stages of what MoKoN describes as a coordinated harassment effort.
As time went on, this group allegedly began recruiting others from outside communities, including entire YouTube circles and troll networks, to participate in sustained attacks against MoKoN. Communities frequently cited by MoKoN include the Workyverse, Rick and Moses Show, and the Lil MFs. This expansion transformed what began as localized hostility into a prolonged multi-community harassment campaign that continued across platforms. MoKoN maintains that Triple T's influence and encouragement were central to sustaining this behavior, creating an environment where harassment was not only permitted but actively incentivized.